Yes, it's another case for that most famous of all manhunters, the detective whose ability at solving crime is unequaled in the history of detective fiction, Nick Carter, Master Detective.
Oh, my God. Gotta get Mr. Taylor down here. I wonder how it's done. Oh, that was awesome. Sudden, too. Where is it? Come on, Mr. Taylor. There's got to be something.
What is it?
Let me speak to Mr. Taylor, quick. Where is he? Oh, when's he coming in?
I wouldn't know. Any message?
Hey, yes. Tell him the warehouse is on fire. Tell him to get hold of Mr. Everson and get down here at once.
Did you say Mr. Emerson?
Yes. Get the boat down here at once. The warehouse is burning up.
A fire in a big furniture warehouse. A fire which was to lead Nick Carter, Master Detective, into strange trails, in which a missing alarm clock and a darkened sailor were to play prominent parts. Follow Nick Carter as he solves the case of a missing alarm clock.
Well, what is Matt here? Don't see him anywhere.
Is he going to meet you here?
When he called, he said he'd be here before I was.
Since when did you take up going to fires?
Well, it just so happens that I am the official representative of the fire underwriters who insured this building. So it's my job to determine the cause of any fires when they request me to do so. That's clear?
Sure. I was only asking. Where are you going to start determining?
Obviously, the first thing is to find out where the fire started. Let's see. The wind last night was blowing from this side. The fire probably started near this corner. So I'll have a look in this section first.
You mean you're going inside that burning building?
Well, how they call it a burning building now, just smoking a little. Come on.
Hey, I don't like going in a place like that. Suppose something falls in on us.
It won't if you're careful. Keep your eyes open and watch your steps.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Inspecting what's left of the building. You're the watchman?
Yeah, and it's my job to keep people out of here.
And it's my job to find out what caused the fire. Started over in this end, didn't it?
Yeah, seems like. But you ain't going in there. Too dangerous.
Dangerous or not, it's my job. See this?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I see. Okay, go ahead. But I won't be responsible.
I'm not asking you to. Come on, Waldo.
Suppose I wait out here. I could be here when Matthew comes and tell him where you are.
The watchman will tell him. Come with me. I may need your help.
Mind them beams. Them walls is awful shaky. Well, the darn fools, you couldn't get me in there. What's this? Looks like more trouble.
Hey, you.
Have you seen the cart around here? If you mean them two guys who just went into the ruins, yes, I seen them.
Oh, so they're already gone in, huh?
Yeah, looks
Pretty dangerous to me, the way them walls are leaning up.
It is dangerous. I told them so. Why, any minute, them walls...
Yeah? Hey, wait a minute.
What's that? Wall's caving in. Stick! Stick! Watch out, Stick! The wall!
Oh, come on, will you? Don't just sit there mooning. We got to get them out of there.
It ain't no use. They're going ashore. I told them
Well,
to
don't
stay out
worry,
of there.
you won't help me. I'll do it myself. They may be still alive. Right, Matty, we're very much alive.
Oh, for the love of Pete, how did you get out of there?
I saw it coming. Able to get out the other side.
It sounds easy the way Nick tells it, but it wasn't as easy as that.
It wasn't very difficult. We had plenty of water.
Look, did you find anything while you were there?
I found this alarm clock. It seems to have been specially wired so as to set off the fire at a given time.
An alarm clock? Hey, that's what the Jersey firebug always uses in his fires. He's done it 8 times, that we know of.
Yes, I thought of that. Matty, do you have any of the clocks that were found after those other fires?
We sure do, Dick. Got plenty of his fingerprints, too. Now, we can check the ones on this clock against the ones you got back.
And I also found this. It's partly burnt sack.
Hey, looks like some kind of army issue, don't it?
Probably really is. Had a name and a serial number on it, but I can't make out the name. However, the number is still clear, though.
Yeah?
We can check check it and see where it leads us. Oh, Watchman,
Yeah.
were you on duty here last night?
Sure. I'm the night watchman here. Stayed on this morning till Mr. Emerson, the owner, gets here.
Did you see the fire start?
Yes. I was just coming back from the lunch wagon. They got me a cup of jam.
Alex.
And just,
Alex, how did this happen here?
well, Mr. Emerson, like I was telling these fellas, I was coming back from getting a cup of coffee, and suddenly I seen a big flare of greenish blue light in the room just outside the office. And before I could turn around, the whole place was ablaze.
The office was in this corner, wasn't it?
That's right.
Now, who are these men, Alex? I'm Sergeant Mathison, City Police. This is Nick Carter, investigator for the insurance company. Well, I'm Walter Emerson, owner of the warehouse. You say you saw an explosion, Alex?
Kind of like that, but there wasn't so much noise, like an explosion.
I don't understand. There was nothing in there to explode. Whatever exploded was planted there for that purpose, Mr. Emerson. This fire was no accident. It was set. But why? There was nothing here but furniture. Who would want to destroy that? A pyromaniac doesn't care what burns as long as something does. I understand that you were fully insured. Oh, yes, completely. Was the warehouse full, Mr. Manson? Very full indeed, Sergeant. The housing shortage has prevented many families from taking their furniture out, even though they want to. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Alex, have you seen Mr. Taylor?
No, sir, I haven't.
Queer. He called me about an hour ago and said he'd meet me here. I wonder what's keeping him. Mr. Emerson, I suppose you kept your safe here in the office? Well, we had no safe, Mr. Carter. All business is transacted at the downtown office. No safe here? Oh, that's very peculiar.
Yeah, what's peculiar about there being no safe in?
Matty, let's get down to headquarters. Nothing more to do here. Right. Come along, Walter. We've got work to do. I don't know that it has anything to do with it, Patsy. I just want you to find out who has the serial number I just gave you, his name and present address and where he works, if you can get it.
Okay, Nick, I'll get at it right away. When will you be back to the office?
As soon as I get through here at headquarters. Bye.
Hey, Nick, why were you so surprised that there was no safe in the warehouse office, huh?
Matty, have you forgotten?
What?
One thing about the Jersey firebug was that before he set fire to a building, he always robbed the safe that was in it.
Uh-huh. I see what you mean. You think it might not have been the Jersey firebug that set this one, huh?
Well, I'm just putting that fact away in the back of my head. Now, how about checking the prints of this clock against the others?
I got the other prints right here, Nick. Let's see how they stack up. Where did I put those? Oh, here they are. Now then, where's the clock you found? Here it is.
No.
Huh?
They're not the same.
Well, that don't prove the Jersey firebug didn't do it, Nick.
No, of course not. Matty, you got one of the clocks you found at the other fires?
Well, there's one at the 48th Street station. They took it up there to make some tests on it. Want me to have it sent down, Nick?
Yeah. I'd like to have this clock checked against the others, see if the system of wiring is the same. But isn't, we may find that this fire was set by someone trying to make us think the Jersey firebug did it.
Yeah, but look, Nick. None of the newspapers have ever carried anything about how that fella set his fire. That part of it was always kept secret. So he wouldn't know that we had information about it.
Now, you better check the clock just the same. Walter, you stay here and wait for the other one to be sent down. And you and Matty check carefully to see if the way the clock is wired up is the same or different.
Sure.
Come to the office. I'll be waiting for you. This information may be very valuable. Hi, Patsy.
Hi, Nick. How's business?
Well, business must be dull with you, no matter how it is with me.
How do you mean, Nick?
Never saw you reading a mystery magazine before.
Oh, that. I picked it up in the drugstore this morning when I stopped in for my coffee. And life seemed a little bit dull around here this morning. I was just looking through it.
As long as you don't believe anything you read, it won't hurt you, I guess.
Did you find anything interesting at the fire, Nick?
Oh, I don't know. Might be the work of the Jersey firebug, since an alarm clock was used to set it off.
The Jersey firebug?
Yes. Why the surprise?
Well, there's an article in this magazine I'm reading on him and all the fires he set.
Huh?
One of the series on pyromaniacs, apparently.
That's so. Does it explain that system he used?
Well, sure. You see? Diagrams and descriptions tells all about the clock.
Or does it show how the clock was hooked up?
Oh, well, not in detail, no. It just says it was used to set off the fire.
Or does it mention the fact that he always robbed the safe first?
No. Did he?
Well, someone should have read that article and tried to imitate the Jersey incident without knowing about that first. Did you find out to whom the Army serial number belongs?
Oh. After considerable telephoning around and getting shunted from one person to another, I finally got what she wanted. She's Charles J. Heston, let out a couple of months ago on a medical discharge. Anxiety neurosis, they told me. I checked the USCS, but they have no record of his having any job.
Find any address for him?
Well, the only address they had was the Sunset Trailer Camp out on Long Island. Nick, if you were discharged because of anxiety neurosis, you must be the kind of man who would set fires and things.
Oh, Patsy, you ought to know better than that.
But Nick, if...
Patsy, when they discharge a man from the army because of a neurosis, it doesn't mean he's cracked up or crazy. An anxiety neurosis is like overwork, run down. Boy's undoubtedly perfectly sane. Too many people, just as you did now, think a man with a medical discharge is nuts and refuse to have anything to do with him. All he really needs is a room, is a chance to pull himself together again. Be just the same as you or I.
Oh, but Nick, this clue you found at the fire seems to lead directly to him.
Well, even if it did it, Patsy, it has nothing to do with us having a medical discharge. No war angle to this whatsoever. And who's never been in the army become firefly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. I guess I just didn't think.
Yeah, just like a lot of other people. Well, I'm not trying to be tough with you about this, Patsy, but it's just that...
Nick, how are you, Patsy?
Well, hi, Waldo. From the look on your face, you must have some news.
Well, what'd you find, Waldo?
You were right, Nick. The cart we found at the warehouse is picked up altogether different from the one Matty had. Not the same at all.
Oh. Different wiring, no space to cut, and an article in a magazine telling how to keep on. I'd say it all adds up to let the Jersey fire bug out completely. In which case, we better be on our way to the Sunset Trailer Camp to have a talk with Charles J. Heston.
This is quite a camp, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah. Must be more or less permanent, too. The way things look.
Oh, poor Waldo.
What caused that remark?
Oh, I was just thinking how sore Waldo was that you wouldn't bring him along.
Waldo is one of those things called a procrastinator. Give him a job to do, but because it's just routine running around, he tries to put it off as long as he possibly can.
This is the Heston's trailer, this Freeman with the white trim. It matches the description the man at the gate gave us. It's the right location.
Yeah. But if the door being open means Heston's around somewhere.
Well, we can look in, can't we? That won't hurt anything.
That should be all right. But I hope it shows up soon.
Oh, there you are, Nick.
Oh, Matty.
Well, the right arm of the law. What happened to you? You were right behind us. The next time I looked around, you disappeared.
Oh, I got stopped at that last red light, then I got boxed up behind a truck and couldn't get out. Everything happens to me. Is this Heston's place?
Yes, we were just going to have a look inside while we were waiting.
Let's look here.
Hmm?
Look at that.
Yeah. He made sort of a shrine of his war souvenirs.
Hey, two very pistols, canteen, cartridge belt.
And two sacks like the one Nick found after the fire, with the same identification on them.
Yeah. And there should be a third one. Empty spaces. I guess, all right.
What's in them?
Magnesium flares.
Oh, what a beautiful blaze that makes.
Certainly looks as if Heston had something to do with it.
And the greenish blue sort of explosion the watchman saw could easily be a magnesium flare.
Yeah, it don't look so good for Mr. Heston. He's got some pretty fast explaining to do.
Well, they're around somewhere. I wouldn't have left the door open this way.
What the devil are you doing in my trailer?
Are you Charles Heston?
Yeah, so what?
Came up here to see you. We're out, so we just looked in.
How'd you get in?
The door was open, so we walked in.
Yeah, that's a likely story. I left the door locked. You must have broken in. That's what you did. What do you want?
Are you sure you locked the door when you left?
Sure, I'm sure. You calling me a liar?
Not at all. But it was open when we got here.
Yeah? Well, look here. You forced it open. See? Here's the mark of the jimmy.
Huh? I thought you're right. Why Jimmy open? If we didn't do it, Heston, believe me.
Why should I believe you? I can see what I see. The lock's busted and you're inside.
Now, look here, Heston. Cops don't go around breaking in doors that way.
Cops? They're the worst of the whole bunch. A lot of
Wait,
cheap
all right, Heston, wait a minute. When did you leave here?
Yesterday morning. What's it to you?
What have you been doing since then?
Why should I answer a lot of silly questions? I don't have to.
Heston, you better take it easy. Now, we want some information. If you won't tell us here, I'll have to take you down to headquarters and make you answer.
What did I do? Kill somebody?
What have you been doing since yesterday morning?
Is isn't it bad enough to have no home at this lousy trailer, no place to bring my wife where we can live together, no job, no nothing? But you have to come here and accuse me of heaven knows what.
We're not accusing you of anything yet. Tell me, Haskam, what happened to that sack of magnesium flares that's missing from your collection?
What do you mean, missing? It was here when I left.
Well, it's not there now. Any idea what happened to it?
No, I haven't. You probably took it. Hey, my alarm clock is gone, too. Well, that's good. You bust in my door, steal my stuff, then ask me a lot of silly questions. I'm not accountable to anybody anymore. I got my discharge. I'm a free man. Free as anybody can be with the world the way it is.
Look, Haskam, you're not making things any easier for yourself by doing this.
Hey, hi, Charlie.
What?
How's
Who's
the
that?
job go? What job?
The trucking job you had.
What do you mean, trucking job? You're crazy.
Oh, like that, huh? Okay, buddy. How did you learn way? I didn't know this.
I thought you didn't have any job.
You must know it was just a temporary job I took yesterday. Trucking some furniture.
Yep. Furniture, did you say?
Yes, furniture. For the Emerson warehouse. It was a
Uh-huh.
rush job. They had a lot of stuff to get out in a hurry and needed drivers. Paid over scale, so I took it. I needed the money. And I still have no job.
Nick, you hear that?
Hear what?
Look, Haskam, you go to work for Emerson. You're gone all night. The warehouse burns down by a fire, set with magnesium flares like you've got there. And you
I had nothing
stand
to do with any fire.
No? Your Army number is on the bag we found in the building when the fire was out. A bag just like them two you got in there now. Son, you and I are going down to headquarters. I want to know a lot more about this.
Hey, you can't take me.
No? Oh, yes, I can. I'm going to. Tell me, Nick. No, not just yet, honey. I want to look around a bit. Okay, I'll be seeing you. Come on, Haskam. We're going for a ride, you and me.
Not me. You can't.
Come on,
Probably so mixed up he got into a jam without realizing what he was doing.
I'm not satisfied he did. Don't forget, the lock on the door was broken open.
Well, couldn't he have done that as a blind?
Oh, yes, it could. Let's have a look around for prints, though, on the door first.
Uh-huh.
We can compare them with Haskam's prints. There'll be plenty of those inside.
And if they match?
That would prove Haskam was a liar.
And if they don't?
Well, that's something else. Wouldn't prove much one way or the other. Not until we get some more facts to go with them. And that's our job right now, Patsy. Getting all the facts we can.
So the prince didn't match. Well, couldn't that mean that somebody was working with Haskam on this?
It could. Look at me and Haskam as innocent. Good afternoon. You the owner of this camp? Yeah, sure I am. But we're full up right now. See? Glad to hear it. But I just want some information. Oh, sure. Glad to tell you what I can. See? You know Charlie Haskam, don't you? Oh, sure. Yeah. Nice young fella. He didn't have a chip on his shoulder all the time. Not a very sociable fellow, I should imagine. Sure ain't. Does he have any friends in the camp here? Sure don't. I've seen him talk to the young couple living beside him, but that's all. See? I suppose you know most of the people in this camp. Oh, sure. Yeah, there ain't no chances just now. Kind of the housing Jordan. Uh-huh. All nice people? Oh, sure. Yeah. All except the guy got the tail of the other side of Haskam. Don't like him. He don't live there. Just uses it as a kind of office. Office? What kind? I don't know. But there's always a lot of queer-looking men running in out there every night. We tried to get rid of them, but found no good reason. See? Well, what's the name of the man who lives there? Terry Jones. William Jones.
That's not a funny name. I'll list my house.
Sounds like it all right. Jones home now? No, never there during the day, only at night. See? Okay, thanks for your trouble. So long. So long, mister. Glad to help you. See?
We, calling at the Jones trailer?
We are, Patsy, immediately. Before Mr. Jones gets back, I hope.
Listen, isn't that the chap who asked Haskam about his job?
Oh, yes, it is. Say, may I speak to you a moment?
What's on your mind?
How well do you know Charlie Haskam?
Why, is he in trouble?
Maybe not. That's what I'm trying to find out. How well do you know him?
Oh, just a teacher. You don't make friends easy, that I don't.
So I noticed. What was that about a job?
Oh, why, this fellow offered me a job running a truck yesterday. Rush work, you know. Well, I was busy, and I knew Charlie needed money, so I told him about it.
Who offered you the job?
Oh, a fellow named Jones. Lives in that trailer right ahead of you there.
I see. Okay, thanks very much.
Oh, don't mention it. Say, I hope Charlie makes out all right.
That certainly ties up, doesn't it, Miss?
The mysterious Mr. Jones seems to have indicated as our next point of contact, Kaylee.
Oh. Looks as if Jones was out, Miss.
Stand there. Mr. Jones?
Not so easy this time. His door is locked.
I think he'll go in anyway.
In broad daylight like this?
The owner said Jones was never around in the daytime. And we can't wait. There.
Oh, that was easy.
Now, that's it, to do. Stay outside the door. If you see anybody looks as if they were coming in, start singing. And I can get out fast.
Right. Hey, listen. From here you can look right into Haskins' cell and see his war souvenirs plainly. Maybe Mr. Jones...
Maybe. Now, don't forget. If anyone comes, you sing.
What's going on here anyway? What are you doing here? Shut up! Stand still, you. What are you doing here?
Just looking things over.
Find what you wanted?
I did. Found enough to put you behind bars for a long time, Mr. Sam Taylor, alias William Jones.
You're never going to use what you found. I'm going to tie you up, you and your girlfriend. And we'll all take a ride out into the country. And I'll dump you out and shoot forward. If they find you, you won't be able to prove a thing.
Sounds good. Except that I'm not going to let you tie me up, if I can help it.
Think I can't do it. With this gun on you, you won't dare to move. But I can walk up to you this way. Can't do it, huh? Takes care of you. And let's go for it. Now, mister, whatever your name is, I'll touch you up till you look like it. That's what you think. There.
That's all right.
Okay, Patsy. How about you?
Joe's kind of sore, but I'll be all right.
Like that still and so slugging, woman. Well, mister, when I get through tying you up, you won't be able to wiggle your little finger. And when I finish going through your books, we'll have cleaned out one black market that won't open up again in a hurry.
You look awfully funny, miss, with that black eye. Oh, I'm afraid you're losing your grip.
Now, Patsy, as I told you before, I didn't get that eye in the fight. I fell to the floor to let him think he'd knock me out so I could come to grips with him better. I hit my eye on the corner of a chair.
Oh, boy, have I heard that before.
Anyway, a black eye is a small sacrifice to make when I was able to catch one of the men who was operating a black market meat.
Oh, I was only kidding you. You sure you can convict him?
Why no question about it? Kept all his books and records with names, dates, shipments right there in that trailer. Thought you thought no one would ever see it, so you didn't have to be careful.
Well, just how did he operate, miss?
Well, look, as manager of the Emerson warehouse, Sam Taylor reserved two of the largest rooms for himself. He bought meat wholesale and had it brought to the warehouse and distributed it from there. It stayed at the warehouse only for a short time, so he didn't need refrigeration. But recently, with so many patriotic butchers refusing to handle black market meat, the stuff piled up until the two rooms were full. Taylor didn't worry about the meat spoiling, but he did worry that government inspectors might trace some of the shipments back to him and find all the stuff that was stored there.
Oh.
So he decided to get rid of the evidence by burning down the building.
Which he did.
And he did that part very completely. But he never dreamed we'd be able to trace it back to him as we did. And finding right there in that trailer the jimmy he used to pry open Haskins' door with the green paint still on it, and finding the winding handle that belonged on the alarm clock we remodeled to use in starting the fire, puts the blame squarely on his shoulders.
And lets Charlie Haskins out entirely.
Fortunately, yes. I wonder if this break in Haskins' favor will make him any more pleasantly disposed of the rest of the world.
It's tough when a young fellow like that sours on everything.
I'm going to try to pull him out of it. I asked manager.
wanted to see me.
Come in, Hanson.
Still think I'm a crook?
No, I don't think you're a crook. And I never did. But if you'd been a little more cooperative, would have helped.
Why should I be? Nobody ever cooperates with me.
You don't give them a chance.
Chance to what?
Just to defend us.
They're all against me. I can't get a break anywhere.
Now, look. Nobody's against you. Had a little tough luck, same as a lot of other men just out of the service have had. And you made a personal issue out of it. Just your own personal reaction to an unpleasant situation.
How do you figure that? I can't get a job. I can't get a place where my wife and I can live together. I can't get...
Hold on. What's the fact? See if we can't do something about this. You know any other men who don't have jobs?
Sure, plenty of them.
Know any other men who haven't found a place to live?
Yeah. But what's that got to do with...
Everything. Are all these other men you know convinced that the world is out to do them dirt?
Well, no. Not all of them, but I know a couple of them.
In other words, Watson, you're one of a small minority of guys who take it out in breaking. It doesn't help the situation at all.
Well, maybe, but I haven't had
it.
I'm an auto mechanic, and a darn good one, too.
I'm sure you are. Suppose I find you a job. Will you take it?
Sure, I'll take it.
And if you and your wife will be satisfied with a furnished room until something better offers, I can fix you up to that, too. Interested?
Sure. Wait, if I can have Mary here with me, I feel a whole lot better. About everything, Jack.
Good. Here's $50. That'll help you to pay your wife's transportation and buy whatever things you need.
Go ahead. Look, Mr. Carter, I don't need your money. We'll make out somehow.
Now, look, if you can spare it, it's a loan. I expect you to pay me back when you can.
Thanks, Mr. Carter. You're swell.
That's Miss Carter all over. Always trying to help somebody when he can.
Why are you doing all this for me? A stranger.
Heston, we all owe you boys who are in the service more than we can ever repay. And if anything I can do will help to repay that debt and get you started on the right road, I want to do it. I'm going to see that you get what's coming to you.
Nick, that's what you usually say to the crooks attack. You're going to get what's coming to you.
Oh, yes, that's the ideal. But this time I'm talking to a friend. Right, Heston?
Right, Mr. Carter. Oh, gotcha. Friend is a wonderful thing to have, isn't it?
Well, Nick, how about letting us in on your story for next week?
Glad to do it, Phil. My story includes the list of the diamonds stolen from Mrs. Larkin's safe, the print of a pointed shoe in the garden, a telephone number that refused to answer, and a place where diamonds are worth more than anywhere else in the world.
And there was excitement, too. When our plane dropped down through the fog trying to locate that ship at sea, I was sure my last hour had come.
Clues and excitement, eh? Sounds like a good combination. What's the name of the story, Nick?
I call it The Case of the Unwilling Criminal.
Carter, Master Detective, which is produced and directed by Jock McGregor, is copyrighted by Speed & Smith Publications, Incorporated. Fictive stories of Nick Carter appear in every issue of the Shadow Comic. In the broadcast of Nick Carter, Master Detective, Lon Clark is starred as Nick, Charlotte Manson is featured as Patsy. Matty is played by Ed Latimer, Waldo by Humphrey Davis. Original music is played by George Wright. Script is by Peggy Mayer and Jock McGregor. Any resemblance in these programs to actual persons living or dead, or to actual places is purely coincidental. Nick Carter, Master Detective, is presented over most of these mutual stations every week at this same time. This is Bill Taunton saying so long until next week. This program was heard in Canada through the facilities of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.